Hello, everybody. It's Bill with that College Football Guy here with yet another preview and prediction video. This time we're talking about the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky and Conference USA. It was an interesting year last year for Western Kentucky. I mean, they went 8-6 in 2024. They had a weird run. I mean, last game of the year, you played Jacksonville State. You beat them to go to the conference championship game, but you lose to them in the Conference USA championship game. And then you lost to James Madison in the Boca Raton Bowl to finish 8-6. So how well is it going to go compared to this year? Well, let's take a look at it. First off, head coach Tyson Helton is back for his 7th season at the helm. Previous 6 seasons at Western Kentucky is a combined 48-32, so not bad. Rick Bowie comes in as the offensive coordinator. First year as OC, and he's also quarterbacks coach. He was previously the OC and quarterbacks coach at Abilene Christian. The Western Kentucky's offensive coordinator from last year, which was Will Friend, left Western Kentucky to become the offensive line coach under Bill Belichick at North Carolina. So, give you an idea of where the offense is going here. Western Kentucky under Friend, the previous OC, was 82nd in FBS in total offense. New OC Bowie, when he had Abilene Christian, they were 4th in FCS in offense. So that might be an improvement. We'll see. We have, defensively, we have 2 co-defensive coordinators. One's commonplace, one isn't. I get to the previous defensive coordinator was Tyson Summers. He left Western Kentucky to become the defensive coordinator at Colorado State. The 2 co-defensive coordinators are Davis Merritt, I believe his name is. Well, he's the co-defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach. This is his third season with the team. First year as the co-defensive coordinator. Devon Brown is also co-DC and the DB's coach, the position he held the previous 2 years. He's the one who's going to be calling plays on defense, as far as I know. Western Kentucky last year was 97th in total defense in FBS last season. That's got to get worked on. All right, so we get into the rosters here. We talked about the coaches. Let's get into the rosters. I can see the trucks driving by. Who's the starting quarterback? A lot of players left in the portal. I mean, you've got Rodney Tisdale Jr., redshirt freshman. Tucker Parks, the redshirt freshman. You know, both of them. Western Kentucky's not like other universities where they play 4 games in redshirt. No, they redshirt. They didn't play at all. So they're equivalent of freshmen coming in. If they get redshirt, they won't be playing either. So the only 2 that did anything are both transfers. You have Caleb McMickle, the redshirt sophomore transfer from Houston. He was going to play last year for Houston. He got hurt in fall camp, so he never played last year. So we'll see how that goes. And the guy who's probably going to end up being the starter, for Western Kentucky. I love his name. Maverick McIver. Not making it up. Maverick McIver. The grad transfer from Abilene Christian. Following his offensive coordinator, following Rick Bowie from Abilene Christian to Western Kentucky. At Abilene Christian, normally I don't bring up FCS stats unless they do something good. Well, you tell me. Because McMickle, Tisdale Jr., Parks, and any of the freshmen, nobody has 10 completions at FBS level. So no quarterbacks have 10 completions at FBS level. None. But he at least has some stats, even though it's FCS. I mean, 312 for 499, 3,847 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 7 picks. Not great, but not bad. So considering the other competition, I think the starting quarterback job is probably his to lose. All right, starting running back is also going to be, we're going to have a little bit of a battle here because we only have one who has, and he probably is going to be, I'd say, the odds-on favorite leading rusher. I mean, you have 2 old-loaders from last year's squad, Jalen Hampton, the redshirt senior, Corey Landers, the redshirt sophomore. Neither one had at least 100 yards rushing. And you've got Lavelle Wright, the grad transfer from Austin Peay, and Jaden McGill, the senior transfer from Tennessee State. None of them had FCS NBA stats, and none of their stats at FCS were nothing to write home about. The holdover and the odds-on favorites are probably the starting running back, starting halfback, starting tailback, however you want to say the position. George Hart III, the redshirt senior. He was 2nd on the team in rushing last year, 43 carries, 206 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Not exactly superb, but considering everybody else, I'd say, is he locked in for the starting job? No, but he's got to be the odds-on favorite. Wide receiver room, holy crap, are there a lot of transfers in this thing. I mean, wide receiver room, there's not exactly a worry for depth. I mean, there's redshirt freshmen and some sophomores, but nobody had any real serious, didn't have 10 catches, 10 receptions. But transfers, a bunch. I mean, the guys who I think legitimately, I look at this as upperclassmen, has played minutes, who legitimately going into fall camp has a shot at the job. Counting transfers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of the 12, half are from the transfer portal. Now, the ones stayed behind from last year's squad, J.B. Bunton, the redshirt senior, Jaleel Walker, redshirt senior, Marvin Sims, redshirt junior, Justin Brown, redshirt sophomore. None of them had at least 10 catches, 10 receptions at the FBS level last season for Western Kentucky. You have Quincy Burrows, the redshirt junior transfer from Wisconsin, Cody Epps, the grad transfer from BYU, and Kelby Williams, the senior transfer from Old Dominion. None of them had 10 catches at FBS last year, so let's see what these guys are going to do here. For those who actually did plays, we have the biggest in terms of numbers is actually FCS. I'm going to give you the FBS numbers here. So I'm going to tell me what you think here. All right, worst to first, Musa Berry, the redshirt junior, 10 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Exactly 10 yards a carry, 10 yards of reception. Next up, we've got Isaiah Myers, the redshirt junior transfer from Charlotte via Purdue. 13 receptions, 237 yards, and 3 touchdowns. We have Jarius Mack, the redshirt senior transfer from Charlotte, 19 receptions, 418 yards, and no touchdowns. And then I think the two guys, one's FCS stats, probably the two guys are at the starting top 2 wide receivers. One, Katie Hutchinson, redshirt junior holdover from last year's team at Western Kentucky, 25 receptions, 383 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Matthew Henry, the redshirt senior transfer from Western Illinois. What do you do at Western Illinois? 63 receptions, 1,179 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So nothing really serious to write home about. But they got, you can see the receivers in here plus on there. So it's got a lot of transfer on here, and there's some players.
Continue on the road.
No, I'm not. I'm talking here. Yeesh. All right. Now, so the wide receiver room, I know. Wide receiver room has, at least there's something there. Tight end room, no game experience to my level. 10 receptions at the FBS level I qualify as satisfactory game experience. There's some redshirt freshmen, but there's only 4 above it. Noah Myers, the redshirt sophomore. Aiden Miller, the redshirt sophomore, holdovers from last year's squad. You got Justin Wolf, the redshirt senior transfer from Kansas State, and Jackson West, the redshirt senior transfer from Florida State. None of them had 10 receptions at the FBS level last year. So there's a lack of game experience in the tight end room. It's a bunch of, can this person develop? So we're going to see about that. Offensive line, a lot of transfers, and it is senior heavy. A lot of upperclassmen in the room. Possibility of 3 to 4 starters on the offensive line being transfers. I mean, we saw Colorado having a bunch of transfers in the offensive line, how well that works. How's it going to gel for this year? We're going to see about that. So let's get into the defense. There's no sophomores in the defense. I'm going to go to the defensive line room. Reading my notes here. No real, I think there's like 1 sophomore. Rest of them are redshirt freshmen. As I told you, nobody had game experience. So nobody on last year's squad has anything from held over. Everybody who legitimately has a shot at getting in the defensive line rotation, and we're talking about 8 people, every single one of them is transfers. Every single one. Okay, and nothing is there to write home about, so that's a bit of an issue here. I mean, the ones who didn't have any recorded stats of any type on here, we're talking about Elon Jones, the senior transfer from Johnson C. Smith. I'll be honest, I never heard of that place. We got Raylan Suafilo, the senior transfer from Southern Utah. You've got Jakeem Fletcher, the redshirt senior transfer from Alabama State. And we've got 2 redshirt junior transfers from Indiana, Robbie Harrison and Vincent Sneed Jr. So none of them had any stats. Now, we have the two guys who actually had FBS stats, we have one FCS transfer again. Jaden Gray, the redshirt senior transfer from Louisiana Tech, 14 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pass deflection. You got Machiavelli Malotunao, the senior transfer from Nevada. Easy for me to say. 14 tackles. And then you got Jaden Hardy, the redshirt senior transfer from Gambling, with 33 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. In other words, the defensive line is a serious... You got 2 guys who had FBS stats last year. 2. That's a cause to be concerned. And as it comes to here from... what the hell did I write down here? I forgot to write down what school this guy transferred from. Oh, wow. Somebody correct me, kind of the linebacker room. And again, another room with lack of game experience. You've got Kenan Lofton, the junior transfer from Jones College. The other guy here, Jalen Wester. I did not write down what he read for. I'm just looking for maybe I have a note somewhere. No. The senior had 15 tackles, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection. I think this is FCS, but I could be wrong. You have, so he may be valuable there. You have Eli Jones, the redshirt junior, missed all of last season due to an injury. We got Karan Hayward, the redshirt sophomore, didn't record any stats. You've got Lofton Howard, the redshirt sophomore, didn't have at least 10 tackles, but on special teams and other things, he may contributed. Why do I bring it up? 2024 Conference USA All-Freshman team. He didn't get tackles, but he did other things. So there's potential there. So you have a guy, Jalen Wester, and the only other one on any measurable stats is Anthony Brackenridge, the senior, with 24 tackles and a forced fumble. This is the linebacker room, so that's got a concern. Now, secondary is by far the best room on the defense. Best unit, by far. And you've got a shot going into camp. 17 guys. 17 who legit, I think, have a shot. And there's a lot of transfers. Like of the 17 guys on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them are transfers. For FBS, we'd be that surprised here. Let's go with ones who didn't do enough, didn't record any FBS stats. We got Nazir Ward, the redshirt sophomore, holder from last season. Javon Mack, the senior transfer from Charlotte. Virgil Marshall, the redshirt junior, holdover from last year. Jalen Emery, the redshirt senior transfer from Houston. Corlin Green, the redshirt junior transfer from Hutchinson Community College. We got 2 holdovers from last year's squad. Actually, 4 holdovers from last year's squad. Lataj Wright, the redshirt senior. Jai Eugene Jr., the redshirt sophomore. Joshua Mensah, the redshirt junior. And Christian Washington, the redshirt sophomore. We also have another FCS transfer in Dylan Flowers, the redshirt senior from Southern Utah. They did not have any FBS stats. Now, is there anybody on here who had any FCS stats running quickly through this? No. Everybody was FBS who came into the portal, and we're talking about 1, 2, 3, who made some stats for them. Up to my standards, we're talking 7 guys. So, compared to everything else you've seen, this is actually by far ahead of everybody else. So, worst to first, tackles, as I always like to do it here. So, let's start with the bottom. Who the heck is the bottom on this group? Wow, this is actually, compared to some other units, this is actually measurable. Marcus Knight, the junior transfer from Old Dominion. 25 tackles, 1 pick, and 2 pass deflections. 25 tackles? That's high for everything else. We've got Avarian Cole, the redshirt senior transfer from Appalachian State. 28 tackles and a pass deflection. Let's see. Going up to the next one, we've got Braxton Myers, the redshirt senior transfer from Southern Miss. 31 tackles, a pick, and 2 pass deflections. You got Kent Robinson, the redshirt junior, who's a holdover from last year's squad. 33 tackles, 2 picks, 33 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 pick, and 4 pass deflections. He's all over the place. Let's see who's next here. List we got DeMarco Williams, the redshirt senior, also a holdover from last year's squad. 37 tackles, 2 picks, and a pass deflection, so not bad. Then we've got Jalen Lewis, the redshirt junior transfer from Temple. 43 tackles, a forced fumble, a pick, and 5 pass deflections. And then the guy who's probably going to be corner number 1, Alamahi, I hope I say that right, Ali, the junior transfer from Charlotte. 51 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 picks, and 7 pass deflections. So I have a lot more faith in the secondary of this team than I do pretty much for every other unit on the team. Whew. This could be a very bad year. So I've done enough running my mouth on this one. It's time to get down to the damn schedule prediction, shouldn't we? All right, they start off, they got a week 0 game this year, Western Kentucky does, so they actually have 3 bye weeks. 3. And it's actually evenly spaced. It's literally 3 games, bye, 3 games, bye, 3 games, bye, 3 games. I'm not making it up. I'm like, somebody did their homework on this one. This is actually pretty good. All right, so we start off at home, week 0 against Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State, this is the season opener, obviously, for both schools. Last meeting was last year. Western Kentucky won 31-14 and on the road in Huntsville, Texas. I look at this game with the roster. This is a coin flip game between pretty close of them here. But Sam Houston State's going to, I think, was a little bit better. But Western Kentucky's at home. So I'm going to give the edge to Western Kentucky, and you're beating Sam Houston State. Then they go at home again, facing North Alabama, which is North Alabama's season opener. So you've already played a week, and then they got to play. It gives you a little bit of a disadvantage, but you're at home, and this is the first ever meeting between North Alabama and Western Kentucky. I think this game might be a little bit close, but I'm going to give the edge to Western Kentucky, and they're going to get the win. Then they go on the road at Toledo. I covered this game in the Toledo preview and prediction video. You lose on the road at Toledo. Then you get your first bye. You come out of the bye at home against Nevada. Nevada played Middle Tennessee State at home the week before, which is weird. You have a bye, so you're there and you're waiting 2 weeks to play them. This is the first ever meeting between Nevada and Western Kentucky, and it's going to go in good, so I'm picking Nevada to lose to Western Kentucky. Then they're on the road at Missouri State. Missouri State plays UT Martin the week before, so both teams have easier opponents. Last meeting with these schools was 2006 when Western Kentucky won 17-14 on the road at Springfield, Missouri. They're on the road again. I looked at Missouri State's roster. I am not that confident on it, less confident than I am Western Kentucky's roster. So I'm going to give them the win and beat Missouri. Western Kentucky's going to beat Missouri State. And they follow up on the road, traveling, not quite cross country, but a good chunk, on the road at Delaware. Delaware has a bye week the week before, and you played Missouri State on the road. Last meeting was in 1982. 1982. Delaware won 31-0 at Delaware Stadium at home. Delaware is 2-0 all time against Western Kentucky, looking to go 3-0. And you know what? They're going to go 3-0. I'm picking Western Kentucky to lose on the road at Delaware. Then they get their second bye week. They come back at home. It's a Tuesday game starting at the midweek game, so they give you a bye week before that so you can get ready for them. Tuesday game at home against Florida International, because it's a Tuesday game. Both schools have a bye week the week before, so that's even. Last meeting was in 2023. Western Kentucky won 41-28 on the road at Miami. Because Florida International is in Miami. Western Kentucky is actually on a 5-game winning streak against Florida International, and I'm picking them to have 6 in a row. They're going to beat FIU at home. Then they go on the road at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech had a bye the week before. You're playing FIU the week before, so they got 2 weeks to prepare at home while you're traveling to Ruston. Last meeting was last year. Louisiana Tech won 12-7 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They beat you in your stadium. Now you're going to go on the road and play them, and sorry, you're losing again to Louisiana Tech. Then you come back home and play New Mexico State, this is going to be Western Kentucky's homecoming game. Mexico State played Missouri State at home the week before. Last meeting was last year. Western Kentucky won 41-28 on the road in Las Cruces. So Mexico State's got to come back in. This is going to be a little bit tougher game for them. And I'm picking them to beat Mexico State to lose. Western Kentucky will beat Mexico State. Then they get their third and final bye. And they're at home against Middle Tennessee State, the 100 miles of hate. I covered this in the Middle Tennessee State video, in the premium prediction video. Western Kentucky beats Middle Tennessee State at home. Now, you're high up that game. You're great. You're having a great year. All right, we're doing better. All right, what's our next game? You're on the road. Okay. You're on the road in Baton Rouge against LSU. What the hell, dude? This is early in the year. But at LSU on the road. LSU plays Arkansas at home the week before, and then they get to play you. Last meeting was in 2015. LSU won 48-20 in Baton Rouge. LSU is 2-0 all-time versus Western Kentucky, and color me stunned, they're about to go 3-0 against Western Kentucky. You're losing on the road at LSU. And finally, the last game of the year, just like it was last year, at Jacksonville State in Jacksonville, Alabama. I put my notes away too early. Last meeting, actually, Jacksonville State plays FIU on the road in Miami the week before. Now you got to travel on the road after you played LSU. Then go play Jacksonville State, who's probably looking for a shot and once again battling for the Conference USA Championship. Last meeting, of course, was the Conference USA Championship game last year when Jacksonville State won and ran up the score 52-12 at Jacksonville, Alabama. And sorry, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State's going to beat you again. Which means after starting off hot, you lose 3 of your last 5 to finish the season 7-5, 5-3 in Conference USA. So I've done enough talking about this here. Is there any of these games here that I think I could flip? The at Missouri State could potentially flip. That's really the only game I think on here that I was kind of a little bit nervous about was the Missouri State game on the road. But I'm giving them the edge on that one. But they could very well lose that and go 6-6 and be 4-4 in the Conference USA. Like I said, not enough running my mouth. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash the like button. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Helps the video be seen by more people. Lets YouTube know, hey, we need to promote this more because more people are paying attention to it. Comment on the video. All right. I'm going to go through the schedule again without all the extras. You tell me in the comments. What's this going to happen here? Who's winning? Who's losing? All right. Week 0 at home, starting off. Again, home against Sam Houston State. Home against North Alabama. At Toledo. Then a bye week. Home against Nevada. At Missouri State. At Delaware. Second bye week. Tuesday game and home against FIU. By the way, if I don't say what the date it is, it's automatically a Saturday game. Tuesday game, home against FIU. Following week, at Louisiana Tech on Tuesday. Back to Saturday games, home against New Mexico State. Then they get their third and final bye. Then their big rivalry game against Middle Tennessee State at home. On the road at LSU. On the road at Jacksonville State. Take a look at that. Let me know what you think about all that down in the comments. Share the video if you want to. And if you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm trying to go on the road to 1K here, trying to make some magic happen. If you want to follow me on X, the craziest that is, the link is in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. I'm down here in Mississippi and it is hot. Not as hot as it is in the Northeast, and that's where I'm going to be heading next. But it's hot. So we'll see how it goes here. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Stay cool. And please, be good to each other.